What is up, YouTube? Here with my boy.
Yep, this is Colin.
I'm Lee. This is Lift Run Fit. So we're about to head into the gym now and do a quick push workout, mainly comprising of 3 big movements: a dip, a press, and a tricep press. Anything you gotta add?
No, just we're gonna be doing that, and then since there's music in there, we're probably gonna do a voiceover of us doing. We're gonna do the lift, and then we're gonna voice over what the lift that we're doing, and giving you guys information of how the lift works and how it can help your body, whether you're a weightlifter or a runner.
Yeah. So for me, the push workout really helps with just keeping up with body mass. Because when you run, you burn a lot of calories.
Oh yeah.
A lot of calories.
A lot of calories.
So you got to keep that muscle mass by performing a stimulus. So we're going to go in there, get that stimulus, and then go eat some good food.
Oh yeah, we're probably going to eat some good food after this.
Yeah.
Not fast food, good food.
We'll also go through some priming exercises, things that will get you ready for the lift, because you don't want to go into the lift cold. You want to warm up for it. You want to warm up the joints. So I'll show you a few of the mobility work that we're going to do before we actually do the main lifts.
Yep. And and warm up is very important, not just on the lifting side, but for running side, because you don't want to just go out and just be like for a lift, you don't want to just go out and just bench like your max when you haven't warmed up your joints. Or like if for running, you don't want to just go out and do like a freaking mile and not be warmed up and ready for it. There's a warm up. But yeah, we're about to head in and film and get these shots in so you guys can see what we're doing, and probably voice over what we're doing and how it can help you guys, for like how it can impact running or lifting, or like how it can just in general, just how it can make you feel good.
Yeah.
Just me. Because you
always... Alright, we will see you in there.
Yep, we shall see you in there.
Alright, so here we are. We're warming up a little bit. I like to warm up just a little bit, not a big stretch before workout. Colin, what do you think about stretching?
Stretching, I feel like it's very important to warm up and stretch just before you do anything when it comes to lifting, because it's very important just to get your body ready and just to get your body, the blood flowing in your body and your veins, just so when you're going in to a lift, your body is prepared and ready to be able to do the lifts. So you're not going in, like I said, not going in too cold, because...
Yeah, especially with this, we're not doing static holds very much. What we're actually doing is a lot of dynamic. Right here you can see us doing these overhead, just because the shoulders in the bench press need to be very limber. But above that, we're just kind of moving into a full range of motion. And moving in and out of range of motions helps warm up the muscles in the associated areas.
Yeah, very important to to do those types of motions, especially when you're doing like heavy benching or anything you're doing. If it's heavy, you want to really warm up those body parts, just so your body is prepared to be able to withstand what you're just about to lift.
Yeah, because you can get a snap city real quick, because your tendons and your ligaments are very tight and not very pliable. Pliable? That's the word, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Like you can see right there, I just did a little bouncing, and I do bouncing into the movement because it helps me get a little bit deeper, but also it helps me keep the range of motion wide.
Yep, and for sure. And this is where we're about to end our warm-up, just to get ready to do our first lift of the day. So you're about to see it right here.
So here we go. We're about to switch over to, this is just the bar. So the bar, in almost all commercial gyms, the bar is 45 pounds. And warming up on top of your warm-up is very important, because you have to be specific with your movement. The movement is bench press, so warming up the bench press.
Yes, you always warm up with the bar, just this bar first, just to make sure your body is ready to be able to lift and withstand all the weight you're about to just go into lifting.
It's also to note that if you look at how I'm explosive, I'm really extending at the top, because when you warm up or you set up for any set, treat every set like it's a max set. Treat every set like you are actually lifting heavy weights, so that the no recruitment is always there.
Exactly. You want to make sure everything. You want to make sure you're explosive for anything you're doing. And you're about to see me right here. This is about 10 pounds on each side. So I'm about to go into the lift and just start lifting this. I think I do about 10 reps.
If I remember correct, it was 10 reps.
Yeah, 10 reps. So 10 reps, nothing too crazy. This is just kind of like a, not so much a warm up, but just, getting just those feelers, just a warning from my body saying like, hey, you're about to just get into a lift and you're about to lift all this heavy stuff. So it's better to prepare. And as you can see, we're about to switch out because
Now this is called stripping, yeah.
This is what we call stripping right here, because we're stripping a weight from my weight and we're about to go into his weight.
Yeah, so because we're so different in strength mechanics, he is primarily runner, I'm primarily lifter. We're hoping to chase that back and forth and become better at both. But what happens is you have to be able to put on and take off weight in a fashion that allows you to not get cold between workouts. So we put that on in about 30, maybe 20 seconds.
Yeah, ignore my struggle there because the weight was, I was putting it on the wrong side of the weight.
Yeah.
But here we go. Here's Lee about to go into his lift right here. Not, like I said, nothing major.
Yeah, so again, you can see that I'm treating this like it's my max set. I'm extending really at the top and pushing. And my whole setup is the same. I have the same arch, the same leg mechanics, and the same bar path, which is up and back.
Yep, and that's about to be over right here. And this one right here is about 10 pounds on each side. So basically about heavy for me. So just doing about 8 to 10, I believe, right here. None too major, but just like I said, give my body, as you can see, doing pretty well with the weight so far. Not really, struggling or having to assist me here.
Yeah, and I want to say a good thing about training with somebody that doesn't have an ego is if he sees me lifting, what is this?
This is 45 and 25 over here.
So that's 185. He could say, okay, let me just try and bench your weight. And I'm not going to let his ego take over. I'm like, hey, listen, you know what your body's capable of. Be proud of that and don't try and ego lift, which is a very big problem in the lifting community.
Yeah, people can get mentally crazy and say, oh, I can lift this, and then they realize they can't. All right, so here we go. This is 25 on each side for me. This is almost probably the biggest weight I've ever done in a while. Yeah. Is 25. But yeah, right here, I do pretty well here.
Yeah, the form doesn't break down. I see a little elbow flaring, but that is to be expected when you're going heavy. You're going to have some form breakdown.
Exactly, and there we go. As you see, I did about probably 4 or 5 right there. Not too bad.
And you can see the amount of weight we're stripping. We're taking off with this 1 plate and putting on 2 plates, which if you don't know how to do this correctly, it would take quite a while. Especially if you're one person, because we already had the 45 plate. We knew that we were going to use it, so we put it on the side, and we put his weight on the side also when we replaced it.
Yep.
So that we could easily switch out each set.
Yep. And as you can see, the second plate goes on, and he's about to put his second plate on his side right here. And this is where he's gonna. This is basically not his max completely, but it's one of his where he's about. This is very important. He's about to go into this, and this is very important. This is where a spotter right here is very important because he's about to lift something very heavy, and there'll be times where when people lift heavy weight, it can be a struggle.
Yeah. So I also take my glasses off for power. I know that I joke about this, but I swear about it. If you take if you're a ritual when you're getting ready for a heavy set, this is close to my max. I did about 5, if I remember, maybe 5 or 6.
Something more like that.
But the best thing about this is I could go very close to failure because Colin was there, and I knew that if I did not get the next rep, I wouldn't have to worry about dropping on myself.
Yeah, because I was right there to help him in case. So as you see, every time he did a rep, I was always had my hands hovering over
Yeah.
just in case he was about to fail like that. And like I said, right there.
Yeah, and he did not touch the bar. That was really good.
And here we go. Here's like the overhead shoulder press thing right here.
Now these humble you. They humble you.
Oh, these were a humbling moment. This is where, yeah, this is my first time ever doing something like this. And this was a very humbling moment for me because, yeah, I didn't even know. I didn't know, like, the correct mechanic. It's weird to have to lift it over your head like this. And it's very weird. But, yeah, it's very humbling, as you can see, as I struggle at some reps. But here's Lee on his part doing
So I've done this quite a bit. So the movement pattern didn't feel awkward to me, except I usually do standing. And when you stand, you kind of use a little bit of momentum. So when you press, you lift off of your legs a little bit. This, you're locked in. There's no real drive. So the weight is a lot less than a push press, as this is a strict seated military press.
Yep. And here we go. We're going to the next one. Dips.
Now, dips are one of my favorite tricep movements just because they just go through a full range of motion.
Yeah, this right here, he does it manually just by himself without any support of any weight machine right here. And he did pretty well. As for me, I needed it because considering that with me not having the strength he has, I kind of need assistance on this one. But
And there's no shame in using that because that's just progression.
Exactly.
Sooner or later, he'll use a little less weight, a little less weight, and then he'll be doing it the same way I am in a matter of weeks, if not a month.
yeah, don't be ashamed to have to use an automatic like this. Don't be ashamed, like, just because he's doing it on his own doesn't mean, and you have to do it too, It's okay to, have to use a machine like this. Don't feel ashamed.
That's why they have two of these machines in this facility, because they know people are working up to doing what I did.
Exactly. And here we go. Here's the next machine. This is the next one right here. The flies.
So yeah, this is reason we're doing flies is because the chest has two motions. It's bringing the elbow in front of the body and then bringing the elbow across the body. And so we did the in front of body movement with the press of the bench press, but to bring the elbows closer to the center line is the other function of the chest, which allows you to do this fly motion.
Mm-hmm. And this right here, I did about 15 right here. Not too bad. Nothing. No form of breaking in form, I believe.
Yeah, I really like. You can see that his elbows are behind his body. I do prefer to have the elbows behind the body just to get a full stretch in the chest.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll see there's a difference in our form. The position of our elbows, his was mainly pointed down, as mine pointed back, which can change the way the weight feels, but personally, it's up to how your body mechanics work.
Yeah. Plus, his wingspan is shorter than mine. Everyone has a different kind of wingspan, so doing this is there's different people do things differently, and people have different kinds of wingspans. His, like I said, he does well here. Like I said, very good job keeping his form and everything, and keeping his composure through the whole thing. And here we go, shoulder lateral raises right here.
Yeah, so these lateral raises, I didn't think I would like these as much as I did. I tried this machine once, didn't like it, but I was like, you know what, let's try it.
Yeah, not too bad here for me. Did very well, kept good form and everything. Didn't do too bad, as you can see. And then we're about to move on to Lee, right here.
Yeah.
He did well as well.
So for me, I like to really squeeze at the top and lower it down slowly, because you can overload the movement by using a strong negative. And you can see that how controlled, it's almost like 3-second counts on the down, as it's like a 1 or a 2 count on the up. And you'll see at the end of this,
tricep extensions right here. This is the last lift of this is the last lift recorded.
Yeah, we didn't record abs, and that was intense.
Yeah, it was unfortunate we didn't get that clip because the abs that we did after we did this, like I said, did well here in the tricep extensions, but the abs were very intense, and yeah, I just inner.
He just laid there. He's like, I'm good.
Trust me. After I finished those three those 3 ab workouts we did, man, I was laying on the ground dead. But yeah, as you can see, Lee doing tricep extensions as well after me did very well. We all kept our form and composure, and
Yeah, it's really good to keep the elbows locked into the pad so that the angle of motion is all at the elbow and not a lot of pressing with the chest or the triceps. I mean, or the delts.
yep, and
So
that